Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is DeckJ94 and today I have got one of my favourite events held in GT7 Sport mode. Now this race was being held at Suzuka, 10 laps of the track, and we have to use both the soft and the medium compound tyres. Starting on the mediums in 9th place on the grid as we start to wait until the lights turn out. Off the brakes as soon as the lights are gone, turning the traction control off as soon as the start has finished, and braking early just to try and make it through turn 1. Now moving over to the TV camera as we see one of the cars going wide into the corner in the background as another driver is coming back off in the grass. Everyone's getting very close together, but by the time I enter the S's, I managed to move to 6th place. And the car behind just taking a look around the outside, but I shut the door and leave him no easy way past. And I'm just trying to hang on to the Red Bull car ahead, as we see a car sliding into the wall at turn 9, allowing me to move up to 4th place. And I'm just trying to apply some pressure to the car ahead, braking for the hairpin. Thankfully, ghosting saved me from causing a massive accident. And as I manage to get through the corner, the Red Bull goes wide onto the grass, allowing me to move up to 3rd place. And keeping the power down for the next corner, as I move over to the right, just before dropping down to 4th gear for turn 13, and then down to 3rd for turn 14. Coming up to the penalty line now as the 2 cars ahead of me are actually serving a penalty, allowing me to move up to 1st place and lead this race through the 130R turn. And heavy on the brakes down to 2nd for the final chicane, before back onto the power. And just full throttle down the main straight, coming towards the first corner, and the car behind makes a move, but he doesn't make it stick. Moving through the S's, and David joins the fight to take 2nd. And then quickly past me through turn 7. And the pack just moving through turn 8 as the car behind loses control, heads onto the grass and slides straight through me. Thankfully, ghosting is still a thing, otherwise that would have been the end of my race. And rejoining the race on lap 4, still running in 2nd place, chasing David through the S's, and we can see him going wide out of turn 5, allowing me to move up to 1st once again. Rejoining the action at the end of lap 5, and it's time that I pit and swap to the soft tyre. I've managed to hold on to 1st place to this point, but let's see on the exit of the pits where I am. Thankfully, the drivers in 2nd and 3rd both pitted with me, meaning the position loss should be minimal. But let's see how the pit crew do. And exiting the pits only down 1 place in 2nd with half of the race to go. And as I'm rejoining the race and moving through the exit of the 2nd corner, you can just see the car ahead in the distance. And as I go into turn 5, the car ahead disconnects, meaning I now have nothing but open road ahead of me. Moving ahead now to the end of lap 7, and I want to take you through my fastest lap of the race. Crossing the line to start lap 8, keeping to the left down the main straight. braking lightly into turn 1, dropping down to 5th, before dropping down to 3rd for turn 2. And back onto the power for the small straight to turn 4 before lifting to get back onto the S's, holding the car in 4th gear through the next few corners. And back on the power out of turn 7. Dropping it down to 4th for turn 8 and then down to 2nd for turn 9 before going back onto the power towards turn 10. Going through turn 10, braking and dropping down to 1st for turn 11, getting as close as I can to the apex and back on the power out of the hairpin. Full power through turn 12 and then braking and dropping to 4th for turn 13 and then back down to 3rd for turn 14. Back onto the power early to get as much out of the car down the straight before 130R. And braking at 100 meters from turn 16, dropping down to 2nd for the chicane, kissing both apexes and back on the power towards the line to complete the lap. Crossing the line with a time of 1 minute 41.167. Rejoining the action at the end of lap 9, moving through the final chicane, still holding on to 1st place, just wanting to finish the race. But David behind has managed to close the gap once again as we move down the main straight to start the final lap. Moving into turn 1 and David moves to the inside line, managing to move up through the turn just before we brake for turn 2. I almost spin on the corner exit, but I managed to hold on, but this does allow David to increase his lead. I've just got to remind myself at this point not to push too much or I could end up losing so much more. As David is just pulling away, but I'm just trying to hold on using the last bits of overtake that I've got available. Moving through the hairpin and I'm still just trying to catch David, but the good thing is we do have a nice little gap behind us. And full power down towards turn 13 before dropping it down again. Just trying to see if I'm even remotely close to catching David, but I don't think I am, as we put our power down for the straight towards the 130R for the last time of this race. Full power through the turn, no lifting. For slamming the brakes on 100 meters before the corner, down to 2nd, moving through the final chicane, still just chasing behind David, to cross the line in 2nd place. A nice little climb through the pack from down in 9th, I will absolutely take that. And that is going to be it for this video. If you have made it this far, why not drop the video a like, tell me what you thought about it in the comments below, and consider subscribing to the channel if you're enjoying the content, as it really helps me out in the algorithm. And with all of that, I thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.